Hey, good morning, listeners from Nigeria, across Africa, around the world, listeners on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. My name is Smart Mado Ajaja. I'm the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN, and Global Matters are rising. All right. How is everybody? I hope you had a great weekend and your week is going great. Yes, from Houston, Texas. It's cold here. Temperature 42 degree Fahrenheit. Yeah, cold, but still, when compared to other parts of the United States and Europe, that is not in this summer weather. But here in Texas, it's cold. That is what we say it is. It is cold. So, yes, just a quick one, and it's about Nigeria, what is taking place in Nigeria right now. And if you are joining us for the very first time, please we join you to share this message. It's very important message. Very important message. Share on YouTube, share on TikTok, share on Facebook. Facebook is not my thing, but again, for the ease of accessibility by my followers on Facebook, that is why I do Facebook Live. Otherwise, I'm done with Facebook. But otherwise, we are ready. And this is a message to President Donald Trump from me here in Houston, Texas, United States. Yes, dear President Donald Trump, my name is Smart Mado Ajaja. I hold a dual citizenship of the United States and Nigeria. I have lived in this country for nearly 30 years, and Nigeria has been degrading, very progressively degrading, and very dangerously. Right now, we are at a defining moment about whether to be or not to be, because one of the tragedy of leadership in the country that has been provided by people from one section of the country who appear to be on a mission to ruin the country. And we've tolerated this for a very long time. And they seized our all strategic national institutions, and the people of Nigeria are emasculated and cannot do anything. So we were happy a few weeks ago when you declared that Nigeria was a country of particular concern, and actually it was, it is, and it remains that. And no citizen of a country will want another country to come and intervene in issues in his or her country. But we are at a dire moment. Very dire. In Nigeria, is a dire strait. People are being massacred, and we have no security forces to address all those, both civil, and they bring the military, but the military get what they become part of what is troubling the country instead of dealing with the threat to our territorial integrity. They are good only at harassing, killing, and shooting innocent and defenseless civilians who stand up, who raise up their fingers. Now, a lot of activists in Nigeria are underground. They can't speak up, not because they lack they are in lack of words to say, but for fear of their lives. And that's how dangerous this situation has gotten. So we very sincerely and very deeply appreciate your interest. Yes, we do sincerely appreciate your interest. And thanks to my brothers and sisters who live here in the United States, who have been mounting pressure on the United States government, being citizens of this country and the citizens of Nigeria. You're still caught in this very dangerous web. It hurts. So we must do something, and that is why we are calling, again, reinforcing our earlier message to President Donald Trump. President Trump, yes, Nigerians have been having a lot, some, not just them, and I believe it's those who have been benefiting from the rot in the system. They are talking about their sovereignty, they are talking about territorial integrity, they are talking about resources. But quite frankly, as a Nigerian who was born in Nigeria 63 years ago and lived through the country for 30-something years before I left and stayed in South Africa for a couple of years until 1996 when I migrated here, truly and quite frankly, I have not benefited from anything that they call natural resources in Nigeria or mineral resources. I come from the Niger Delta, where the oil that has been feeding Nigeria, comes out of. And sadly, from the standpoint of a citizen from that part of Nigeria. There's nothing. All we have there is hell, and environmental degradation, pollution, and the people have lost the mainstay of their own local economy, fishing and nothing. Nothing is going there. That place is like a desert, burnt down. Yes, spillages and all that. The oil majors come and do whatever they like and go away because they are not supervised by the country's government, run by corrupt people. And these corrupt people come from a particular part, mostly from a particular part of the country. And they are the ones responsible for the terrorism in Nigeria. Yes, they are the ones responsible for the terrorism and the mayhem going on in Nigeria. We are tired and we cannot continue that way. And that is why Nigerians are upbeat, hoping that you will be their last hope in this whole thing. So what I'm asking today is reinforcing what we have said before. Yes, President Donald Trump, if you are truly honest and sincere about intervening in Nigeria, this is the moment to do so. This is the moment to do so. And that the intervention of the United States in Nigeria must be far-reaching, not the one that you get into and then get out. No. The situation in Nigeria is so bad. It goes beyond this terrorism. It's a lot more. There are constitutional issues. There are issues of people not being able, tribal, some people want to use their tribes to suppress the people. The recruitments into the Nigerian armed forces is tribal, is tribe-based, and all that. So that system is not open. So we hope that this intervention, if it comes, and hopefully if it comes now, yes, if it comes now, will be very, very helpful to shaping a new direction for Nigeria. Seriously, Nigeria needs a new direction. Nigeria is like, an equivalent of the United States. Yes, positioned in Africa to do good. Yes, we played that role for some time, but because of all these impediments, tribal, religious impediment, we are not able to perform that role. Now, Nigeria is degrading very dangerously, very, very dangerously. So this is why, out of all the countries of the earth, the United States developed this interest. Well, some say, some are saying that have a lot of questions about their sovereignty, about mineral resources, about territorial integrity. But I tell them this: life and our safety, the safety of our children. The country is directionless as it stands right now. Now, let me tell you something. Since you made your pronouncement, there has been a lot of movements, going on in the country. Yes, the country appears, those who are holding the country hostage appears to be adjusting their attitude, but I tell you this, that is fake. I know, I'm a Nigerian. I know how we behave, especially when we are in positions where things are working in our way, and when suddenly things stops or there's a threat to our immediate survival. So we're going to play games. So what you have been seeing is games. Do not take Bola Ahmed Tinubu seriously. He is a con man. He is a con man. He lived in this country, United States. He lived in Chicago, Illinois. He sold drugs in commercial quantity. President Donald Trump, you know about criminality. You know what I'm talking about. And you know how America handles criminals. Unfortunately, America did not handle him right. Yes, at the time. Otherwise, he is supposed to be like Escobar. Yeah, he's supposed to be in jail right now, live jail, because he destroyed so many American lives. I'm talking about thousands of families. And you know how drug destroys families. It destroys generations. This is a criminal that you are dealing with right now. So do not take him for everything that he tells you. Most of the things he's going to be telling you, or they have told you, are lies, fat lies. Now, just a few days ago, they said they released the names of those who fund and sponsor terrorism in Nigeria. But those names, 15 of them in number and some businesses, those names do not reflect truly the true sponsors of terrorism. Those who finance terrorism. Yes, those who arm young Fulani children to come and terrorize our country. The names, the real people are missing. The real names, the real people are missing. I don't know why the name of Saad Abubakar, the fake Sultan of Sokoto, is missing on that. He has made not just once, not twice, not three. He has made several statements in support of Boko Haram. He said that those who fight Boko Haram are fighting the Almighty God, the Allah. Yes, that's what he said. Not just once, not twice. And he has never pretended about his support for Boko Haram and the Fulani insurgency in Nigeria. So how come his name is missing on that list? It's a big question mark. I know you have access to him, you know what I'm saying, to his record. I know the United States has the intelligence reports on Saad Abubakar. Yes, 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 yes. America has intelligence reports. CIA knows Saad very well. I've challenged him in the past. Saad, I want you, I want you, I want you. Yes, yes, I want you to bring forward all the telephone lines you have used in the past 20 years. Let us subject that to forensic examination. He did not respond to that. He knows where we are going with that. So, President Trump, thank you for America. I know. Yeah, you went into that Sokoto, yes, a few years ago when some Americans were kidnapped. Yes, you went in there, rescued those Americans successfully. Yes, clean, clean. So we hope, we trust that you will do a better job than what Biden did when he was president of the United States. We don't want Nigeria left worse off. So we are ready to work with any progressive source that will respect us as a people and respect the sovereignty, eventually, the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our country. We don't mind partnering with people. Yeah, we cannot exist in isolation. Absolutely. Yeah, but we want a fair deal. A fair deal that will be fair to the Americans, fair deal that will be fair to Nigerians, and nobody thrives in conflict. Yes. So that's what. Yes, ex Fuentes, how are you? Thank you very much for joining. If you are joining us for the very first time, if you are joining us for the very first time, for the very first time, please subscribe to our channel. Yes, on YouTube, and if you do so, it helps YouTube to recommend our message and our channel to other people, and that way it expands our horizon. And on TikTok, if you have not followed me, please follow me. On YouTube, on Facebook, follow as always, and let us expand this message. It is about the safety of Nigeria. So the list that they banded, 15 of them, is a fake list. It's not entirely true list. 15 of them in number and some businesses. There is the reason why Saad Abubakar, the chief, the grand commander, grand supporter, grand patron of Mieti Allah. Yes, Mieti Allah, that here in the United States, your government is working on recognizing Mieti Allah as a terrorist organization. They fund all the operations. Yes, the Mieti Allah is an elitist terrorist group that most Fulani elites belong to. That is where they plan how to destabilize Nigeria. They don't care about Nigeria. They don't love Nigeria. They always have had one thing. They want to build their Sokoto Caliphate. I'm sure you know the history. All right. Saad Abubakar is missing on that list. For what reason? I don't know. Then two, Bello Bodejo, the president of Mieti Allah, is missing. He's the operational recruiter. He recruits Fulanis, train them, and arm them. The last one was what he did at the heart of Nigeria, Nasarawa State. He trained and graduated, armed 4,000 Fulani young men. Yes, right in the heart of Nigeria, very close to Abuja. He graduated 4,000 Fulani youngsters, armed them and deployed them to forests across Nigeria. Where are those 4,000 Fulani children? Where are they? And then he did this with the governor of Nasarawa State, Sule. Yes, Governor Sule, who has lived here in Houston in the United States. Yes, he can't say he doesn't know. He knew. And then the police commissioner came. Some soldiers came into the personal parade of those young Fulanis. Where are they? We don't know. Those are questions Bola Ahmed Tinubu has to answer. All right? Tinubu is a beneficiary of the masterminds of terrorism in Nigeria. They helped him rig the 2023 election that he did not win. They helped him compromise the Nigerian armed forces because they control the army. They control the entire armed forces. In fact, they control the entire security architecture of Nigeria. So that is why you see Nigerians cannot rise up. When they rise up, they deploy soldiers to massacre them. You remember what happened at the Lekki toll gate on October 20th, 2020? Yes, they are responsible for it, with Buhari in power. Yes, so when Buhari was leaving, they needed someone to continue the legacy of Buhari, and Bola Ahmed stepped into it. He did not say it once, he did not say it twice, he said it so many times that he will continue with the legacy, the work of a policy of Buhari, and he has consistently carried it out. Terrorism, destruction of the Nigerian economy, yes, for the benefit of Fulani elites, to the detriment of the whole of Nigeria. So you should not be fooled by anything. Ask him for more lists. And then, why is the name of Bello Matawale missing from that list? Bello Matawale was governor of Zamfara State for 8 years. For the 8 years he was there, he was dealing with terrorists. In fact, he built a part of the state house was given to the leadership of those terrorist organizations operating in the north, central, or northwest of Nigeria. They are harvesting, they are stealing goods, and that's how they fund their operations. They kill and rape our women and all that. Yes, Bello Matawale is missing in from that list. Why is Issa Pantami missing? You know, the United States has intelligence reports on him. Yes, why is he missing? Yes, yes. All right, and so many of them missing from that list. Why is Abubakar Malami's name missing from that list? Yes, he was the one who wrote the blueprint. Why is Yusuf Bichi, the then director of DSS, why is his name missing from the list? So they are not serious. So any list that they will bring that they are abandoning is a fake list. How come? Since they released that list, since the past few days, nobody has been arrested. No arrest has been made. All of them have expired. All of them have you haven't seen the list? Man, it's there. It's everywhere. They are circulating it everywhere. It's a lie, complete lie. Yes, the real funders and sponsors of terrorism are all missing. And they want America to believe them. Americans are not stupid. America has the list of those who are responsible for what is taking place. But what we just want to see is that they come fast so that this killing will abate. They are still killing like never before. They are ever more determined than ever before to continue the killing. Yes. Why did Badaru, why did he resign? Why did he resign from his position as Minister of Defense? What is Kashin Shettima doing as Vice President of Nigeria? The man who actually formed the Boko Haram is Vice President of Nigeria. And you want to exonerate Bola Tinubu from it? He's a beneficiary of the evil. He's a beneficiary of the stuff. Ask why did his son, Sheyi Tinubu, he went and joined the Miyeti Allah. Yes, he went and joined Miyeti Allah. So what's up with that? Yes. So we are not stupid. So Donald Trump, President Trump, please do not take everything that they tell you for the truth of what is taking place in Nigeria. The real sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria, they did not include them in that list. Why is Ahmad Gumi, the spokesperson for the terrorists and bandits in Nigeria. Why is his name missing on that list? Question. The whole world hears him. I know that one has escaped. He has run away. They say it's in Turkey right now. And a lot of them have run away from Nigeria. So what is the need for all these lists? Nigeria is joking. Nigeria through Bola Ahmed joking. The people of Nigeria are very good people. But the leadership of the country hijacked, by criminals. Yes, are all criminals. They are not. They don't have the interest of Nigeria at heart. They don't care about Nigeria. All they want is power, money, and economics. They are not driven by the hunger to serve Nigeria. Yes, Pentecost Fire TV. Yes, he said. Yeah, the Sultan of Sokoto, fake Sultan of Sokoto, is involved. Yes, he is heavily involved. Heavily involved. All of a sudden, he started talking about peace. Peace with who? It's crazy. Yeah. So that is how they are. That is how they are. So if they don't bring them out, look at this one. Yes, if they don't bring them out, that's no deal. America should not make any deal with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, because he's a beneficiary of the evil system. He's an evil man. Yes, a man who sold drugs here. Yes, he paid America nearly 500,000 US dollars before he was allowed to go. He did a settlement instead of going to jail. That's how they sent him out of here. He came to returned to Nigeria and became a senator. From being a senator, he became a governor of Lagos State. From being a governor of Lagos State, he amassed so much money, yeah, from the people's money. Yes, he never has had anything that he did by himself except stealing. So he now has so much money to take on the whole of Nigeria. He bought the APC presidential ticket and he bought his way into the presidency of Nigeria. He bought the armed forces. He bought the INEC. He bought everything buyable. Yes, yes. So here we are. Here we are. Locked down by terrorism. Quite frankly, Nigeria deserves a regime change. Nigeria deserves a regime change and the obliteration of its current political class. So if you're joining us for the very first time, please like and share. Please like and share. Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Just put a like, just touch the like thing. It doesn't take but a few seconds. And what it does for us is amplify our message, and I'll send a message to the YouTube or TikTok and Facebook algorithm to continue to recommend our message to more people. And that way, we'll be that movement for change in Nigeria that we deserve so desperately. Thank you very much for joining, and we look forward to seeing you always. So what we are talking about is the state of insecurity in Nigeria and the game the Nigerian people, the Nigerian government, the fake Nigerian government is playing, all right, to make the international community look like they are doing something, whereas they are not doing anything. You look at all what makes up the leadership of Nigeria at all levels. It's all criminals. All criminals. How can a country be led by criminals? It is insane. Yes. Yes. You don't understand. Kono 3, right? So you want Nigerians to be annihilated? I don't buy into that. Yes. Yes. If everything was right, no citizen will call for anyone to or advocate for foreign entry to invade their country. Nigeria is overdue for an invasion by the international community. If you don't like it, you can go to hell. You know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe perhaps you are one of those benefiting from the massacre of innocent and defenseless Nigerians. Shame on you for saying that. What have you done? We have never heard you speak openly against what the Fulani elites are doing to the people of Nigeria. Yes. Yes. Which Quran? I don't read Quran. I'm not an Arab. I am an African. Who wrote the Quran? You are crazy. Why should I read your Quran? I read my African. I'm an African. Because you are a slave, that is why you are looking. Is Quran an African thing? Now, if you have sense, do you know what the Arabs did to Africans? Now, let me talk to you, fool. Kono tree. Do you know that the Arabs enslaved the Africans for 700 years? Do you know that the Arabs castrated Africans for 700 years? All the male slaves were castrated. You should be ashamed of yourself that you don't ask questions. I ask questions. Yes, the Europeans came. They took us into captivity for 400 years. But I'm able to question them. But you cannot question the Arabs. Shame on you. Shame on you. And you call yourself an African? You are not an African. If you are an African, you should be thinking as an African. You should be asking questions as an African. You should be asking questions about the African book. Yes. Did we not write books? Where is your own? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame, 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 shame. You are here to come and tell me this crap? Really? So you, yeah, because you are a Muslim, right? It is okay for your Muslims to massacre innocent and defenseless Nigerians. This is where you people have problem. Not many of you come out to speak openly against this. Yes, Hausa people, are they not Muslims? They are being massacred in their land. And they have been going through massacre since the past 221 years. It's time for the African to ask questions. It is time. Yes, if America wants to invade Nigeria, let them come and invade it. And what we are asking them, invade Nigeria for the good of Nigeria, so that Nigeria can be free. I'm not sure you are from Nigeria. If you are from Nigeria, you won't be talking this trash. If you are from Nigeria, truly, you won't be talking this trash. Even Muslims are calling for America to come and invade Nigeria. Yes, because they are tired of being massacred by one silly tiny group of people. Yes. What's your problem? Yes. Yes, your own, that is not, it said it is insane for anyone to advocate for a foreign country to invade their country because of their bankrupt politics. Yes, now what is your own politics in Africa? Which country do you come from? Because definitely, looking at your name, you are not a Nigerian. But perhaps you are a Fulani. Yes, Fulanis from some crazy Fulanis like what is taking place in Nigeria, because they are part of the agenda to overrun the whole of West Africa. The Fulanis are responsible for what is happening in Burkina Faso. They are responsible for what is happening in Sudan. They are responsible for what is happening in Niger. They are responsible for what is happening in Mali. They are responsible for what happened to Mauritania. Yes, you should be ashamed of yourself. You are telling me to read Quran. I've read the Quran, but I'm not reading it because you said it. I've read the Quran many times. You hear what I'm saying? Because you are a fool. You don't understand what it is to be an African. You are still in the slave camp of the Arabs. Wake up. I am not telling you can be a Muslim, but you can wake up and question, why did the Arabs enslave Africans for 700 years? Why did the Arabs enslave Africans for 700 years? Kono 3, I hope you know that. So if you did not know now, I am teaching you history that you don't know because you are a fool. Yes. Why did the Arab enslave Africans for 700 years? And why did they castrate every African male slave that they took to the Arab world? Because if you don't know, they hate you. Do you hear that? They hate you, H-A-T-E. That was why they took you into captivity for 700 years, your ancestors, and castrated them. If for any reason, any sane African should be angry about that, and don't even really want to have anything to do with the Arabs. The same way we are angry, but we are questioning the Europeans who came to take our ancestors into captivity for 400 years and subjugated them everywhere they took them. But you Africans with the Arab heart, Arab minds, You can't question that. You are telling me about Quran. Who cares? You don't have to read your Quran, but I have read it. I have read the Bible too. Yes, I don't believe in either of them because they are lies that they used to hold us in captivity. Yeah, elevate your mind. Yes, do I believe God? Yes, there is God. It's only a fool that does not believe in God. Yeah, but the medium, I will not accept the European and Arab medium to relate with God. I am an African. Yes. So you should be ashamed of yourself. Really. So bring some more up. All right. Eze Okija, how are you? Yes. Yes, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Why not you? Okay. Now I answer you. Why not you? And do you know, are you from Nigeria? Answer me first before I say any further. But I've taught you the history that nobody teaches you. You are listening to those Malams who cannot brush their teeth because they read Quran to you, but you are not asking them questions. Yes. Okay, which country do you come from? Tell me the country you come from. A country. I thought you were an intelligent person. If you are an African young person now, this is a question. No, tell me the country. I'm not telling you you are not an African, you are an Arab. The way you are thinking gives you out as an Arab. Because you have taken the Arabs as your gods. Yes, but I don't accept to be subservient to the Europeans and European interests. But you guys, yes, you are from Sierra Leone. You should be ashamed of yourself if you are a Sierra Leonean. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are not an African. You are not a Sierra Leonean. I'm disappointed in you because I have a lot of friends from Sierra Leone. They don't behave. They never open their mouth to say the kind of trash. Yes. Then if you're an Arab, go to Saudi Arabia and be there. All right, let's see how they treat you. Because just a few years ago, was it 2 years ago, there were Africans who went on pilgrimage to Mecca. Yes. They went to pilgrimage on Mecca. I'm sure you saw it. Every African who saw that video clip will ask themselves questions. Every African who says a Muslim who saw that script, that video, they won't do that to you in Rome. This Arab young lady was sharing food. She was sharing food. My brothers and sisters from Africa, this happened in Mecca. She was sharing food. She refused to give the Africans food. She was scooping into all the Arab plates. My brothers and sisters from Nigeria or other parts of Africa, we are not served food. What is that? And you say you are one and the same in Allah. That was discrimination. All right? Africa has to be Africa. Africa is supposed to be for the African people. But the African leadership, led by the evil leadership in Nigeria, driven by Arab mindset, decided to make Nigeria not work. And because Nigeria is not working, the whole of Africa is not working. Because Nigeria has a critical population of Africans. Yes. More than a quarter of the entire continent's population reside in Nigeria. You know that when Nigeria fails, Africa will fail. I know when Nigeria was a little bit okay, they came to quell the riot in Liberia. They went on to quell the riot in Sierra Leone, your country. That was Nigeria. Nigeria that was about to be invented as a true country. Nigeria that was supposed to be playing the roles the United States is playing. Big brother Nigeria. Nigeria built schools in South Africa. They committed a lot of money to the fight against apartheid. But we were sitting right on top of apartheid in our country. Yes. Yes. So please, yes, you don't understand. Do you? Okay, now, Konotri, let me ask you something. You don't know that some Arabs are involved in what is taking place in Nigeria? Yes, you don't know that? You don't know that because you are Muslim? You close your eyes to what the Arabs are doing in Africa? Do you know what the Arabs are doing in your country? Yes, the diamond mines in your country, who is controlling it? Is the Arabs, the Lebanese, right? You don't know that? You ought to know this and be angry. Yes. So if the Arabs could come into Nigeria to try to destabilize Nigeria using the Fulanis, why should the United States not come into Nigeria to fight to defend Nigerians as long as they are doing it honestly? My caveat, my question to Donald Trump is, I hope you will do it honestly and not leave Nigeria worse off. Not leave Nigeria worse off. Yes. Yes. So that's what we are asking. Yes. And he knows this. Now, if you are a Nigerian, if you are a Nigerian, if you understand what is taking place in Nigeria, if you are born in Nigeria, you are a young person in Nigeria, born in 1999, when they said that democracy came back to Nigeria. Yes, you are here right now, about 25 or 26 years old. What have you benefited from Nigeria? You are a Nigerian youth watching me right now. Tell me one thing you have benefited from Nigeria. Tell me, you are an Hausa, you are a Fulani, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are everything, anything Nigeria. Tell me what you are benefiting as a Nigerian. Tell me one thing that Nigeria, you have benefited as a Nigerian. Not because Nigeria is a bad country. Nigeria is a very good country, the best country on earth. But the leadership is bad. Because of this bad leadership, we are not enjoying access to our crude oil. We are not enjoying access to our gold. We are not enjoying access to all solid minerals in Nigeria. So why are you talking about Donald Trump is coming to take our mineral resources? Have you ever seen the mineral resources before? Did we have it? Honestly, did we have it? If we had it, why are millions of young Nigerians out of jobs after they graduate from school? Yes. Why are they out of jobs? Why are Nigerian people all over the country, all over the African continent? Why are Nigerians and other Africans trekking thousands of miles, yes, across the Sahara Desert to get to Libya, yes, where they are sold and traded like commodities? Yes. Have you ever asked yourself that question? You think it's normal, the migration of young Nigerians across the Sahara Desert? It's not normal. It's most abnormal. It's not normal at all. A country that is so rich should never have the type of dangerous migration that is taking place among the youth of Nigeria and other African countries. Nigeria can effectively drive the destiny of Africa if we had the type of leadership. But these Arabs with a black skin, yes, and their accomplices who are corrupt and who have accepted to be second-class citizens to them, altered the destiny of Nigeria. They made Nigeria not to work. That Nigeria is not working is beneficial to them. Yes. Yes. Conotry, I did not set it up for calling right now. If I had known that you were going to encounter me, I would have given you a link to this. Let me see if I can create a link here, but I doubt if that's going to be possible. No, let me see. Let me see. Otherwise, I would give you a link so you can talk. Yeah, but unfortunately, the way it is right now is not set up for that. I am very angry with you, but I'm forgiving you because maybe perhaps you don't know. You know, you need to know, because the part of the problems we have as a people is that we don't read. We don't seek information. We are told by the same old people, the same stupid story hundreds of years ago, and they expect us to continue to believe them. That is the problem in the north of Nigeria, because the people who teach them, They are honest. They are not honest. They are all people with a dilapidated mindset, so old colonial mindset, teaching you something that you should have access to in the 21st century. Go and do research. Maybe perhaps some of you didn't know that the Arabs were the first to enslave Africans. 7 solid 100 years. 7 solid 100 years. Honestly, if I'm honestly, I can't be a Muslim, looking at that. But I'm not trying to tell you not to be. You can be. But I'm just bringing this to your attention. 700 years of Arab slavery. Arab. Yes. 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 So now I've given you an information. Go and do your research. They castrated Africans, African male slaves, for 700 years. You know what? That amounts of billions of African testicles because of the wickedness of the people who came back and gave you Quran. And then you see God from their prison. You see God from their how they see God, not how you want to see God. Do you know that the African man, now let me tell you, the African man, the black man, is the only man that God put his hand on to create. Yes. When they say creation, the only man that God used his hand to create was the black man. Did you know that before now? They are not going to tell you this. Even the people now, it's scientific. It has been proven. Even the white man, the European, the Chinese, the Indian, they all came out from the black man. They all came out from the black man. The question you should be asking is, why are they disrespecting the black man? The origin, the source. Everything on earth, you see, everything. Africa has the highest deposit of all minerals. All. Yes. Over 45% of the earth resources come to Africa. Yes. But do you wonder why Africa's 1.5 billion people are poor? This is a question that we should ask ourselves. Why can't we be free? Not free the way they want you to be free. Why can't we introspect? Why are we killing ourselves? Why are we the ones killing ourselves? Yes, you think it's something of a joy. You think I am happy to tell Donald Trump or America to come and invade Nigeria. It's a last minute, it's a last resort. It's not anything that anybody should be happy about. But now the thing that you are accusing the America about, we have never even heard it. Even with our black brothers and sisters in power. What are they doing? They are the ones who will steal money, then bring them to the United States. They are the ones who steal our resources, take them to England. They are the ones who take our resources, take them to France. They are the ones taking our resources to Portugal, to Germany, and everywhere. Have you ever asked them questions? Why are we not asking? Now, yes, you see, this international relations, it's a trade. You have to give something to get something. All right? What we are asking is fair treatment now. We cannot exist in isolation. No country exists in isolation. America does not and cannot, and it does not boast that it can exist in isolation. That is why America needs China. That's why America needs France. That's why they need Africa. Yes, now what we are asking is better deal, fair deal, so the world will go around and everybody is happy. That is what you think. This is the last rest. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Yeah, but I'm here in the United States. Seeing my people being murdered, our army cannot respond to threats. Yes, and then some people wear our armed forces uniform, and they have this Arab mindset, and they are joining those who are killing our fellow brothers and sisters in shooting them. I'm sure you have heard, if you know that bastard they call Ahmad Gumi. He tells Nigerian soldiers that they should, the Muslim soldiers should shoot Christians. Yes, where on earth would you hear that? That they should not shoot fire shots at their fellow Muslims in the Nigerian army, and that is facing an existential threat with our people being massacred. Do you want that kind of country? I have friends who are Muslims. I have friends who are Christians. They are my best friends. I don't do anything to hurt them. And they don't do anything to hurt me. But in Nigeria, they're doing things to hurt our fellow Nigerians. What is so difficult in living together and coexisting? We did not create ourselves. We found ourselves in that environment. How come we cannot live together? Yes. Well, okay, you're asking, who do you think created Boko Haram? Who found Boko Haram? A lot of my brother wake up. Who found Boko Haram? Saudi Arabia is part of those funding Boko Haram. France is part of it. But the question is, why do your people allow themselves to be used? You know what they use? They make it look Islamic. The Fulani young man in the bush who is shooting does not even know who is funding him. He does not know that France is involved. He does not know that Saudi Arabia is involved somehow. He does not know that there's some Arab interests are involved. All he sees is the AK-47 that he was given. Shoot and kill them in the name of Allah. And then he shoots and they kill. And he shouts, Allahu Akbar. Okay, now, Kono 3. I hope you got the magic. So I know where you are going with your question. But question your own self. Nobody can give me a gun to go and kill you. And I accept to do it. Never. I'm going to ask him, why do you want me to do it? It has to be justified. Killing you has to be justified. Esmeralda, Aisha, how are you? Great, 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 great. Algeria, I definitely said yes, I agree with you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We need to wake up. Africans are sleeping. We have been sleeping. Yes. Yes. Okay, say Arabs did not bring Islam to Africa or Africans. We Africans create the religion. We started it all. Hence, hopefully one day I can call in. My disagreement with you is the solution. All right, you said Arabs did not create okay, if that was what you said, where Muhammad is where? Muhammad is not an African, he's an Arab. All right, why do you go to Saudi Arabia to go do pilgrimage? If it was, why are you not coming to Ethiopia? Now, another question. Why are the people, why is it that only Africans will go to Rome? All right, we go to Israel. We go to Saudi Arabia. Nobody comes to Africa for pilgrimage. And then you know what? The whole thing happened in Africa. So how come they don't come to Africa for pilgrimage? This is the question an African must be answering himself. We have been sleeping for a very long time. Wake up, wake up, wake up. That's what I am telling you. Africans, wake up. Ask yourself, why why is the world not coming to Africa for pilgrimages? Economics. Do you know how much money goes into Saudi Arabia every year? Pilgrims drive the economy of Saudi Arabia. You see how they make it so beautiful that people will continue to come? They make it so beautiful. Last year alone, a poor struggling Nigeria budgeted 90 billion naira for pilgrimage to Mecca. Now, you know how many hospitals 90 billion can build in Nigeria? And these are mostly people who are poor. State governments run, politicians run, and sending people to do Hajj as their campaign manifestos. Have you ever seen it anywhere on earth? We are stupid people, but we don't agree that we are. But I have to tell you, we have to wake up. We are sleeping. We are sleeping, Africa. Africans are sleeping. Yes, wake up, wake up, wake up, Africa, wake up, Africans. You are doing the same thing that you have done for thousands of years, and you are not seeing any result. And you want to continue that in the 21st century. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Very, very wrong. We got to change something. Something has to shift for Africa to be great. Our founding fathers cried. They lived above religious foolishness. Yes, Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, Modibo Keita. Yes, Abdel Nasser. Yes, and a lot of them. They lived above religious idiocy. They lived above tribal foolishness. They wanted to build a United States of Africa. United States of Africa. They saw all that is happening right now 80 years ago, and they moved because they were visionaries. But what have we done? Set them back, set our continent on fire. Yes, look at where we are right now. A hopeless people. Yes, from the richest continent of the earth, and still want to continue like that. Who is anybody, black man carrying an AK-47 made in France, made in Frankfurt, made elsewhere to be shooting fellow black people instead of them uniting to build their continent? Africa cannot educate its own people according to who they are. They educate themselves as foreigners. And then that is the reason why you see you are foreign to yourself. And then that's why you cannot even tolerate me. That's why you cannot hold any serious conversation about the future of Africa with me, because you are thinking as an Arab. I am here struggling, thinking as an African. Yes, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. Religion is killing Africa, and it has done a great job destroying Africa. You cannot, no country progress with a religious extremism. No. We have to find who we are. Who are we? Even Mansa Musa, who was a Muslim, he practiced a religious syncretism because he did not give away. He did not want to give up his Africanness. Yes, he practiced an African traditional religion alongside Islam because he was looking for a common ground to operate. Yes, but what are you doing? They gave you Quran. You are telling me about Quran. I've read it. I've read the Bible. Yes, I've seen through all that. I've seen through the lies. Yes, that I see in both books. Why they were designed to repress you and make you a fool. Yes. So it's time. It's time. Ask yourself this question. Why is Africa retarded? Why are we on one spot? Why are we not progressing as a continent? How long are we going to continue to be like this? Yes, generations of people subjugated us. Yes, they are in this 21st century. Yes, their children are subjugating us, and we are not asking questions. And you tell me about Donald Trump coming into Africa or coming into Nigeria, about sovereignty. Where is the sovereignty? Have we ever had any sovereignty? If we have sovereignty now, it's something that we have to create now. If we have territorial integrity, it's something we have to create right now. Yes, you and I can do it so that the world can respect us. But without that, we ain't going anywhere. We have to summon the courage to do what is right for our people so that the generations after us will not suffer the same thing. And we continue to be this. Yes. Another question. Float on okay. So who does Nigeria need to trust? China or US? China will bury Nigeria alive. And China is part of what is taking place, in the north, especially in the area where they have gold. Chinese companies are involved in the stealing of the gold in the northern Nigeria. American companies are not involved. They are not there. They are not there. It's Chinese and Eastern European companies. Yes, they are the ones operating in Zamfara state. Yes, we saw them. They bring videos about how they are the ones. I mean, the Chinese are the ones actually part of those. Boko Haram in those areas. Yes, and the terrorist organization. They pretend that they don't interfere in countries' affairs. Go down everywhere across Africa. You see them destroying our environment, mining natural resources. No, they cannot help us. I was laughing the other day when Nigeria ran to China. China was making a statement about a tough statement about helping Nigeria. No, China will never help Nigeria. They cannot. That's not their interest. Their interest is making sure Nigeria is eclipsed. They don't care. Nobody cares. At least America made a move. The world is keeping quiet as Nigeria is being destroyed. If the world took a position on Rwanda, maybe millions of people that were killed there in Rwanda would have been saved. But they kept quiet. The world kept quiet. And within a space of how many years, a million people plus were massacred in Rwanda. So I will give America kudos. It is left to see how they will operate in Nigeria and how they will leave Nigeria. That is what we are looking at now. That's the question all of us are asking. We have asked this question privately, and we're asking it publicly. So again, before I leave, I call on President Donald Trump. I will say, thank you, great job, thank you very much, at least for the pronouncement. Since you made that pronouncement, that Nigeria has become a country of a particular concern, I tell you this, some criminals in Nigeria have been behaving, but the truth is that they will not behave right. Uh, they will not behave right for a very long time. They have to be, any action that is to be taken on Nigeria has to be intentional, and it has to be decisive, and it has to be far-reaching. Yes, so that this country will permanently be at peace. We build a country where people will tolerate one another, just as we tolerate people here in the United States, where people from all over the world are, yes, and we are still able to get along. Nigeria is positioned either by accident, rightly or wrongly, to play the same role the United States is playing. America needs a partner in Nigeria to advance the cause for global peace. And there's no two ways about that. So that does not make Nigeria a junior partner. Again, it depends on the type of leadership, and that is what I am really calling for, a regime change in Nigeria. It's long overdue. These criminals cannot continue to hold us hostage. Yes, Nigeria needs a regime change. What we have in Nigeria is not a government. It's a government of terrorists, driven by terrorists, and for the benefits of terrorists, not for the benefit of the Nigerian people. Since Bola Ahmed Tinubu forced himself to power, what has happened, what has positively impacted the people of Nigeria? The economy is run down. There is no healthcare delivery system. The educational system is on the ground. The infrastructure is nothing to write home about. You need to travel on a road, a typical road in Nigeria, and then you cry and then ask yourself whether this is earth. Yes, sadly it is earth. Yes, I know it, and they don't want the world to know it. We don't need to continue like that. There's no reason we should continue to be living this way. Nigeria is a hell on earth, Hell, and help is needed. We don't, as long as that help is genuine, it doesn't matter where it's coming from. If that help is genuine, we will take it. It comes from Russia and it is genuine, we will take it. It comes from the United States and it is genuine, we will take it. Yes, but we will not take any help that is driven by economics to the detriment of Africa and to the detriment of the Nigerian people. Nigerian people need jobs. Nigerian people need companies that can create jobs. Nigeria needs a system that can drive positively the destiny of its people. And that's what we are looking for. Nobody asks for more than that. We need a social justice system. Yeah. Yes, a country that is driven by justice. As it stands right now, Nigeria is about the most unjust country on the surface of this earth. Why will somebody pick up a gun, go and sack villages, and every village that they have conquered, they occupy it. They occupy it and they don't live there. The original owners become displaced and have to live in internally displaced people's camps. Yes, they have lost their heritage. Who does that? Well, American intervention should be far-reaching, and including the relocation of displaced people to their original abodes. The Nigerian fake government cannot do it. It is not wired to do it because it's a fake government. It's not a government of the people. It's not a government by the people. And it's not a government for the people. Yes, that is why Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot do anything to save Nigeria. Whatever he's doing right now, he's doing for political power ahead of 2027. So the United States, you should be very worried of this criminal. He's a criminal. He's a criminal. Criminal in the United States. President Donald Trump, you have access to his criminal records. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a criminal. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a criminal. He has been most difficult to work with. unless you want to tap into his criminality. He's a rogue. He's not qualified to be president of Nigeria. He did not win the election that brought him to power. The election was contrived to be the way it was. The worst slap on the faces of Nigeria. And that is why it is most important. Yes, that is why the Nigerian people will appreciate your intervention. They have emasculated the people of Nigeria. Me speaking to you here, I cannot go to Nigeria right now because they have placed me on the list of people that they will want to kill because of my voice and what my voice is doing in Nigeria. Yeah, I can't travel to Nigeria, not out of cowardice, out of the fact that they have my name at all the points of entry. So why risk it? Why just go into it? Yes, I know that if I go into Nigeria as an American, yes, but I'm going to stay off of Nigeria now because I want my voice to continually be heard. The people of Nigeria are beginning to take sides. They understand those who are telling them the truth now. But we have not been able to build that critical mass of critically conscious Nigerians that can create the kinetic energy needed for an exodus to take place. And that is where your intervention comes in right now. Hoping that it's an honest intervention, an intervention that will respect the lives and the dignity of the Nigerian people, an intervention that will help them midwife a new process, a new political process that will lead to the emergence of a new political class driven by the quest for progress and prosperity for their country, driven by selfless leadership capacity to do good for the people of Nigeria, and not the way it has been, where a few people will loot the country dry and then nothing happens. You see their economic, the EFCC that they call it, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. They exist for the benefit of criminals. They exist for the benefit of thieves. You see them, those who have robbed Nigeria, they will shake them down with an arrest. They arrest them for a few days and they extract promises. Maybe perhaps they give up some of the money to them. And then the next day, they have given big political appointment in Nigeria. Nigeria is a joke. Nigeria is a joke. Huge joke right now. Nigeria is a great country. But they have turned it into a joke. Ridiculous things happen in Nigeria. Criminals are celebrated. Freedom fighters are sent to jail. I remind you, President Trump, of the case of Nnamdi Kanu, who is now languishing in jail. They sentenced him to life imprisonment for asking a question. All he did was ask a question. Why is Nigeria not working for me? Why is Nigeria not working for all? Why is Nigeria not working for the Igbos? That was how they jailed him, they had him for the first time for 5 years. And then there was a case that was set 2 weeks to the court date. He was preparing to come to the court in Abuja because they knew that if he came, that he was going to be acquitted. They went on the offensive. They coined a military operation called Operation Python Dance. Their python started dancing and their crocodile started crying. They deployed the army for just one little young man. They deployed an army that is supposed to be fighting, to be defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria. They deployed the army unconstitutionally against one young man. Traveled to his hometown in Abia State of Nigeria, invaded his home, killed over 28 persons, but somehow he was able to escape. He left and started traveling the world, telling the world about what is taking place in Nigeria. During this process, his father and mother died. In a space of 1 week, father and mother died. But that did not break him. He continued. Somehow he found himself in Kenya. These criminals, mostly Fulani criminals, Fulani elites, with the Muhammadu Buhari in power, using the apparatus of the state, they kidnapped him in Kenya. They kidnapped him. The Kenyan government was not involved. They kidnapped him, smuggled him in an aircraft, and brought him to Nigeria. And they locked him down. Brought up trumped charges against him. And on all those charges, they could not find him guilty. They were looking for a judge. Judge after judge refused to take the case. In fact, he was acquitted 3 times, including one acquittal by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. But still, they did not let him go, because these criminals do not have respect for the rule of law. Buhari finished his term and handed this young man over to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here now, that this is not a joke. This is what they want. And they want that man die. They want his agitation die. But they don't want justice for the people of Nigeria. Just 2 weeks ago, they found a willing judge, one on motor shell. Picked three grounds to jail an innocent man. He sentenced him to a life jail. And then just within a few days, he was taken to the Sokoto Caliphate, the headquarters of the mystery Sokoto Caliphate, that caliphate that is dead. Yes. Where a man who is not even a traditional ruler looms large, as if he's the owner of Nigeria. I'm talking about Sa'ad Abubakar, one of the founders of terrorism in Nigeria, whose name is excluded from that list. But thankfully, I know that the United States CIA has him under their radar. They know him. They know Gumi. They know Bello Matawale. They know Abubakar Malami. They know Issa Pantami. They know a lot of them. They know a lot of them. I know America has its own lists, contrary to the list Bola Ahmed is bringing forward. And out of which nobody has been arrested. None. Yes, this is what is taking place in Nigeria. We didn't know that the Kenyan government was not involved until President Ruto threatened to sue Nigeria at the International Court of International Criminals Court. Yes, for that Nigeria violated the rules, the constitution of Kenya, to abduct somebody from their country and took him away to Nigeria. And now they can host a British citizenship. Britain, the Achilles heel of Nigerian problem, has not said anything. Nothing. Absolutely. I know America will not do that to its citizens. American citizen traveling on an American passport, seized in Kenya, and then brought to Nigeria. No, Nigeria will have to release that citizen. So, but that's it. Thank you very much, Donald Trump, and for your pronouncement, and thank Senator Cruz. I want to reiterate one thing: the assault on Nigeria is not just only targeting Christians; it's targeting Nigerians, and why it qualifies to be a genocide is because one group of people are responsible. It's not a fight between communities. It's not a fight between ethnicities. It is a fight, yes, that the Fulani elites, driven by the quest to seize the West African sub-region and build their Sokoto Caliphate, they are responsible for it. They are responsible for what happened in Darfur then, and they are responsible for what's happening in Sudan now. They are responsible for what is happening in Mali. They are responsible for what is happening in Burkina Faso. They are responsible for what is happening in Niger. They are responsible for what is happening everywhere. And to my brothers and sisters from Africa, I want to let you know that what is taking place in Nigeria is not just a Nigerian thing. Yeah, the overall target is Africa. When they bring Nigeria down, they will use the resources of Nigeria to take over West Africa. Once West Africa is taken care of, they're going to take over the whole of Africa. That is their long-term mission. And we must all stand now and join the fight to stop these criminals from having their way. Otherwise, Africa will be recolonized. Not just recolonized, will be occupied for keeps. And our generations will suffer. It is time. So again, in concluding, I say thank you, big time, to President Trump and all those who have shown genuine interest in the resolution of the Nigerian crisis. It's a long-term crisis that started so many years. And for the Hausas and the Fulani dragged the Hausas for this year is the 221 years since the Hausas have been in the subjugation of the Fulanis. And that they brought this into the independence of Nigeria in 1960. And that is 65 years as a country. We cannot continue that way. All those who mean well for Nigeria will not want Nigeria to continue this way. Otherwise, Nigeria will cascade and dissolve. And the dissolution of Nigeria will be a disaster to the West African sub-region and Africa as a whole. Can we do this? Why can't we live with one another? Why can't we tolerate one another, regardless of whatever we call God or what we practice? It is our duty to do so. Now, let me take a few questions before I go away from here. All right, let me see this. Okay, let me see. From Algeria, yes. I've already answered some of those questions, yes. Yes. All right. Hey, Monday, how are you? Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yes. He said, Robert Stafford, he said, America needs to send all the American ninjas back to Africa. That's your problem. Let them come and fight for their continent. That's all right. All right. Conotry, over 50% of old scriptures happened in Africa. You know how much leaves Nigeria every day on paying your debts, while our region have so much good that can be best. Yes. So now you are talking. I can engage you on that. The way forward, progress. That's what I don't care what anybody worships. Your business is what you worship, is yours, but don't use it to violate the rights of others. And this is where we're having this type of problems. All right? So we have to be awake. Yes. Africa will be great. Robertson. You cannot foreclose on the greatness of Africa. It's when we all agree. Now, when we all realize that we have been hurt by other people in the past, and then we see the need to come together, nobody can stop Africa. So I disagree with you. Yes, Africa can be great if we Africans realize that the power in us is our own, not outside. Yes, our colonial masters don't have the solution for African problem. My argument is not religion. Yeah, well, yes, that is the truth. So let us come together. So we have to set all this colonial thing aside, set religion aside. Let's be Africans. And then we talk as Africans. And then we have an African vision, then we'll succeed. But if we continue to talk and you are telling me because we're Muslim and this cannot happen, no, we're not going to get anywhere. And this is where we have the biggest problem. So we have to overcome that. It takes courage. It takes patriotism. It takes love for one's country and love for one's people and its future to do that. Yes, I've never needed a book to teach me how to behave. Oh, okay, I don't know who that is. I'm not... why broke? Because the people like you and outsiders stole our problems instead of ourselves. Again, we can only change Africa. All right, let's change Africa. Let's work. Yes, free Charles Taylor. Free Charles Taylor for president for life. Okay, Kafi, that one is bringing another dimension to that. Charles Taylor, from what we heard, was a criminal. He was killing people and stole so much from Liberian diamond. You know, clearly men have learned how. Well, I don't know. Let's go. The president had handed him over to the judiciary. Adeleke, who did the president hand over? Well, your president saw Gumi making all the noise that he was making, and he's the one actually. He says that he speaks. I mean, I don't know, man. I wish the presidency of Nigeria can rest in my hand. I know what to do. Yes. Hey, the president handed him over to judiciary. All right. Are you talking about Nnamdi Kanu? Yeah. Are you see how honest you are, right, Mr. Delicate? For real. See how honest you are. Thank you. Why did he not hand over Sunday Igboho to the judiciary? Do you have any answer to that? So let's not get into all that. Hey, the people, I can't thank you enough. It's a lot of people who joined this broadcast. Thank you very much for taking your time to be here with us. We look forward to seeing you in our next broadcast. And please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, take a minute to do so, and we will sincerely and very deeply appreciate it. Your subscription helps us a lot, to grow, and our voice are being heard. And remember, Open Nigeria, ONN, is a global movement. It's not just about Nigeria and Nigerians. See the collaboration. It's a global collaboration. And please feel free, for anytime you are here, you want to join our stream, you want to appear on video, just let us know. It's today's situation arose. It was an emergency. I just woke up with that feeling to address President Donald Trump, to do something. So that was why when I created the broadcast, I did not allow room for people who wanted to interact. But next time, I'm going to put a link right there for those who want to show up in our studio. We'll be more than happy to share moments with you. And also, if you have any issue that you want to talk about in your country, we don't charge people money. If you want to air your view, you want to be interviewed here on this channel, please, just drop us a message, and we will be more than happy, get you on board so we can talk about whatever issue you want to share with the rest of the world. Bye for now, and I love you guys.